FlossTube. It's Kathy, the Kentucky Woman Stitcher, and I am back for video number 9. It's been a while since I visited with you. It seems like the summer has just flown by, and here it is, already November. Thanksgiving is coming up in a little over a week and a half, and where has the year gone? It's just gone by so fast. I can't say that I was that busy with things. I just believe the old adage is true, that the older you get, the faster time seems to go by, and that is so true. Well, let's just get down to what you're here for, and that's to see some stitchy things. The first thing I want to share is some stitchy kindness. One of my subscribers on Instagram shared a photo of a finish that she had, and I admired the pattern, and she was so kind to gift me with that pattern. It's by The Gathering Place, and it's Michael's Treehouse. So I want to thank Brenda very much for sharing this with me. That was so kind of you, and I appreciate it so much. And if those of you that saw this, it was a beautiful framed picture that she had done, and I just like it so much. I think it's so cute. So thanks again, Brenda. I've got some several FFOs that I've been working on. Some of them were stitched a while ago, and some of them are recent finishes, but I just want to share those with you. The first one is one that I had shown you earlier. I had stitched this one. This is Spring Pin Keeps by Scissortail Designs. So I had stitched this one and finished it earlier, and now I have finished the other one. So this is the first one I did. I just made it into a little tuck pillow. Put some green, skinny green cording on it, and some coordinating fabric on the back with a little green bow on the top. And I finished the other one exactly the same way. So these look like little fleur-de-lis to me. Same green cording and coordinating fabric. This one had beads on it. And I think the last time that I videoed, I was waiting for the beads to come in because I didn't have anything that would go with it. So I ordered the ones that the pattern calls for. So there's beads down each side, and then there's one in the center. So I think those colors are just really spring-like. The next one is one by my favorite designer, Bluebird Out My Window by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. I just love her designs. And I believe I had stitched it last time, but I hadn't FFO'd it, so just made it into a larger tuck pillow. I put ruched ribbon, and there is a little tiny blue bead in there. It is a very light blue bead. It's really hard to see. I don't think you can see it. There's one right there. But the beads looked a lot bluer in the package than after I started sewing them on, but I wasn't going to take them off because it's such a hard thing to do, is to ruche this ribbon and get those beads on there. But I think that turned out really cute. I know it's I stitched it on 32 count, I don't know, some kind of mystery linen that I had. Okay, so now we move on into Patriotic Designs. Here's another one by Brenda Gervais, Basket Full of Summertime. And I think I might have stitched this the last time, but hadn't finished it either. But I've got it well, I've got it made into the pillow. And I just put some coordinating fabric on the back. I wanted to put something on the sides, but I couldn't decide. I thought about putting pom-poms, but I couldn't really find a color that went with this fabric. This is a summer khaki, 32 count summer khaki, and it's, those of you that have stitched on it before know it's kind of an odd color, and it's hard to match something to. So I couldn't really find any pom-poms that I liked, and then I thought about cording. Well, I didn't really like the cording on it. Now I'm thinking about maybe doing ruched ribbon on it, or maybe I'll just leave it plain and not put anything on it. What do you think? Anyway, I think this is a very cute design, and I know that she's got all 4 seasons. Winter hasn't come out yet, but she does have spring, summer, and fall. So, or maybe she has done winter. I think maybe it's Santa Claus. I just haven't purchased that one yet. But that's another 4th of July finish. Here's another one that I think I had finished, but not FFO'd. This is from the Blackbird design book, Sweet Land of Liberty. And this is in full glory. I just love that eagle. So I did get it finished. The only thing I did differently was backstitched around the eagle's head because it wasn't showing up very well. And I believe this is stitched on 32 count heritage linen from Picture This Plus. So I did red fabric on the back and then some red pom-poms on the side for another tuck pillow. But I just think this is so cute. So nice and bright. Really does remind me of the 4th of July. Okay, I've got some fall stitching now I want to share with you. The next 3 fall things are going to be gifts that I'm giving away tomorrow, in fact. So I wanted to show you them before I gave them away. The first one is from Pumpkin Potpourri by Patriotic Designs. I stitched this little pumpkin here. I really like Patriotic Designs too. She's got some neat charts. And I stitched the little pumpkin on some 32 count coffee tea dyed Jobelin, and I used Vanna's bacon based method to coffee tea dye, and then I just made it into a little tuck pillow and put a yo-yo with a button on it. Just real simple. The next one is a freebie called Blessed Bee from Plum Pudding Needle Art. You can just go to Plum Pudding Needle Art blog and you can print off that pattern. I also made this into a little tuck pillow. It's also, well, actually it's not stitched on 32 count Jobelin. It's stitched on 28 count antique copper, and so was this one. Was also stitched on 28 count antique copper. Alright, and I believe I changed the color of this little pot right here. I think it was black, and I changed it to a brown. I just finished it as a tuck pillow with some coordinating fabric on the back, and then cording down the side, and made some little tassels here. So that turned out cute. And then here's the third one. It's from Autumn Whimsies by Scissortail Design, and it's the 3 pumpkins here. And it's also stitched on 28 count antique copper. And I just used some coordinating fabric and made orange and brown cording to go on the side. Put some little beads on the tassels here. So, there we go. Alright, as many of you might remember, I usually go to Needlework Galleria every year. It's held in September in St. Charles, Missouri, and it's put on by the Inspired Needle. And this year was no exception. My sister and I went, and we had a great time. And oh, by the way, I got to see and meet several subscribers, and I got to meet several other FlossTubers, so I was real excited about that. So I appreciate those of you who subscribe, who came up and talked with me, because of course I don't always know you, and so I'm just so thankful that you came up and told me you were there, and that you enjoy my videos. And so I hope to hear from you again, and maybe I'll see you there again next year. But this year I took a class by Sue Hillis, and it's called A Study in Blue. And you have this box, and you make a pin cushion, and there's a needle fob as well. So I got the box finished in class, so I want to share that with you. It was a paper mache box, and this alphabet strip is just, it's sewn together here, and then it's slid onto the box. And then the top gather the threads of your life and stitch them into joy. We put that on, we put some batting on some mat board, and then we put the stitching on top of the batting and tucked it under the mat board and glued it on top. And then we covered up the edge with this rickrack. And it just turned out really cute. And the inside, let me show you the inside, is lined with the coordinating fabric, and it's just a real cute little box here. And it's got different kinds of buttons all around. This alphabet took a long time to stitch. It's like 23 inches long. And then here's the top again. Now I did not finish the pin cushion yet. Almost. I have it in the hoop and ready to sew the center button on and put the backing on the hoop. But I don't have that much more, so I'll get that finished. And I'm not sure I'll do the scissor fob, because I know I'm not a big scissor fob person, so I may not complete that. But who knows, I might. Alright, one more. This this was a long time finishing. I think I stitched on this about a year and a half, and I finally got it finished. This is "And Heaven and Nature Sing" by Kathy Barrick, and I just love this deer. This is the most elegant looking deer, and I just fell in love with this pattern when I saw that deer. The only thing I did not like about this pattern were these flowers here. I don't know, they just didn't appeal to me. So I decided that I would leave out the flowers and just make a vine. So I charted it out on some grid paper, and I just extended the vines of the flower stems, and I made vines. And then I had to tweak it when I was stitching it on the fabric, but I think it turned out very nice. I mean, I really like it. I was fortunate enough to find a $5 frame at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and it was the deep one so that your needlework fits in it. And I took it to my wonderful framer in Clarksville at Lynn's Custom Framing, and she did an awesome job, as she always does. So let me just show you this. Let's see if I can. Maybe you can see that okay. Let's do it this way. I don't know. But anyway, you can see where I did the vines. I had to tweak it as I went along, but I did add some cardinals in there. But I just love this. And it's framed tight. I mean, I don't have much space around it, but I kind of like that. I think it turned out really nice. And I did use the called for NPI silks. And if you've never stitched with silks, you really need to, because they're just wonderful to stitch with, because you only have to use one strand. So this is stitched on 40 count Legacy linen by Picture This Plus. But I'm just so excited that I got this done. So that's all of my FFOs. I have something I finished stitching, but I haven't completely FFO'd it yet. This is Autumn Leaves by Prairie Schooler. And, you know, I never used to be a fan of Prairie Schooler. And then I saw some of these stitched with the words and all that. And they're so much brighter after they're stitched than they are in the pictures. And it's true, the pictures almost never do justice to the design. But I stitched the verse here, and I just love it. I just love it. I stitched it on 32 count coffee tea dyed Jobelan. And I really love the way that it turned out. Nice autumn colors, and I think it really shows up on this darker fabric. I just love this cat. It's got green eyes, or no, it's got orange eyes, and they really just make the cat pop. But I don't know exactly how I'm going to finish it. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet. So hopefully I'll get to that in another week or so. I was fortunate enough to find, this one is the reprint, but I found the summer one, the original cardstock. And I've had to get the winter one as a reprint. I didn't take that out. I haven't been able to find the spring one yet for a reasonable price. There are a couple on eBay that they want a lot of money for, and I got all of these at a very reasonable price. So I was thankful for that. So if any of you have some, spring has come and you're through with it and you would like to sell it, I would be more than happy to take it off your hands and just let me know. And I'll be glad to pay you a reasonable price for it. So I have all of the monthly ones too, and I think they're all just so cute. I want to stitch every one of them right now. So exciting. I have some, well, I have one whip, and it's also Prairie Schooler. This is St. Nicholas 2. Now, I looked for a long time for this pattern, and finally found it on eBay for a fairly reasonable price. I don't think it was any more expensive than the reprint would be, and it's the original cardstock. So I've stitched, let's see, which one have I stitched? Oh, this is the one that I've got. He's got I finished this one, the sack with the toys in it. And I'm working on the one with the pineapple. This is also stitched on 32 count coffee tea dyed Jobelin. So here's the one with the bag of toys. Now I stitched this with Sulky 12 weight cotton thread, and I really enjoyed using that. You only have to use one strand and it goes through the fabric very nicely. I did my own color conversion on it, but I think it looks pretty close to the original. And then here's the one with the pineapple. I've just got it started. And it's also stitched with the sulky threads. I thought, well, I bought them, I might as well use them. So I like them a lot. Now that's the only whip I have going, except for some that I've had for a while that I haven't been actively working on. One of my goals was to finish And Heaven and Nature Sing, and then also Patriotic Poppies by Brenda Gervais before the end of the year. So I've managed to reach one of those goals, so maybe if I work at it I can finish Patriotic Poppies before the end of the year. And so then I would have reached both of my goals that I wanted this year. I've got some plans. What I'm thinking about stitching on next is the hands-on designs, 3 of those, white Christmas designs. The Tree Farm, and the Cut and Carry, and zinc houses. I think those are my favorite out of all of them, those 3. I'm going to stitch this on 32 count Patriots Brew linen. And I've got it kind of divided up in sections. I'm just going to leave it in one piece and then stitch it in sections. So that's what I plan to do next as soon as I finish the Santa. Now, as most of you are, I'm on a automatic ship for the Chalk on the Farm series. And my auto ship is with Inspired Needle in Lamont, Illinois. They're also the ones that sponsored the Needlework Galleria. Well, it was right after Galleria that they were shipping out the next Chalk on the Farm, the Autumn Acres. And I was excited when my envelope came and I opened it up and, oh no, I got Fresh Eggs Farm. So I already had that. They had already sent me that when it had first come out. I contacted them, and it was right after Galleria, and everything was still up in the air, and she said that they had probably just gotten a Fresh Egg Farms mixed up with the Autumn Acres charts. So they sent me the Autumn Acres right out, and I got that in a couple of days. But Kathy at Inspire Needle just told me to keep the Fresh Egg Farms and to give it to a friend. So I thought, well, what better friend could I share this with than with a FlossTube friend? So if you are interested in receiving Fresh Egg Farms, you can just let me know in the comments. And I've got a couple other things I've got to give away, so I'll give you some more instructions here in just a minute. But if you're interested in Fresh Egg Farms, just leave that in your comments. Now I also have, for you Teresa Winsler friends, Noah's Ark. It's really cute. It's got Noah's Ark here, alphabet, and then it's got animals all the way around. 2 by 2. It's a nice chart. It's a big fold-out chart, so it's huge. So if you're interested in getting the Noah's Ark, just mention that in your comment that you would like to receive the Noah's Ark. And then one more thing. I used to belong to the Stichy box, and they would monthly, semi-monthly, or every 3, I can't remember how they did it. But anyway, you would get fabric and threads and charms and beads and all kinds of stuff. So I got this in a Stichy box. I'm not an adventurous stitcher when it comes to fabric. So this is 32 count linen. The color is Yule, Y-U-L-E, from Picture This Plus. It's a fat 8, very Christmassy. So if you think you would like to stitch something on this, you can just comment say fabric. If you think you'd like to enter into all 3 of them, that's fine. Just mention that. But you know, you can only win 1. The question, I'd like you to answer a question. You know, we've come out of summer and we're here in fall and almost ready for winter. In fact, it seems like it is winter in some places. But just tell me, what's your favorite season and why? Like, my favorite season is fall. I just love all the colors. I love the cooler weather. I love that we're getting close to holiday season. So it's just one of my favorite times of the year. You can drink hot chocolate. You can do all kinds of things when the weather cools off. So just tell me what your favorite season is and why you like that season. And then just mention which one of those giveaways you would like to be entered in. And like I said, if you'd like to be entered in all 3 of them, that's fine. Just mention that. Well, I don't think that I have anything else. I got a pretty big clutter here. I didn't think I had that much, but here I'm almost at 30 minutes. So I'm just going to close out and say I appreciate you watching my video. And I appreciate all the subscribers. And hopefully I can do a better job about keeping you updated and do videos more often than every 5 months. I don't know, just life sometimes gets in the way. But I love to watch FlossTube, and I get some really good ideas, some charts I think I need to buy, some fabric, some thread, all kinds of good things that I see on FlossTube that I just would love to have. So, and I love to watch all our favorites. So I can't think of anything else to tell you. Just that I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's gonna be here before we know it, and I'm gonna try my best to be back before Christmas. So until then, happy Thanksgiving and happy stitching. Bye.